Here, I'll tell you a little, tell you a little story how I kept my motorcycle safe with this, or one of these, basically a Post-it note. When I bought my Triumph Thruxton, it had been sitting for years under this carport, and it's the best motorcycle in the world, by the way. Not every Triumph Thruxton, my particular Triumph Thruxton, best bike in the world. So yeah, it had been sitting, and I knew that's not good for bikes. So the tires were all dry rotted. So I changed the tires. I put new tires on it. I changed the oil on the bike, and then I figured, screw it. I've got enough friends. I'm going to connect the dots from Atlanta to Pennsylvania. And what I'll do is I will just ride the bike, and I'll stay at friends' houses. And we'll see what breaks. We'll see how far I make it. I packed up some tools. I had some towing car, some towing AAA kind of AMA membership that could cover that if it broke down on the road. But let's just ride it, let all the seals and everything break, see what happens. And now I knew going up there, this is not, the Triumph Thruxton is not a long distance bike, right? It's it's a cafe racer style. So you're kind of hunched over. You got no side bags. You got to pretty much carry everything on a backpack. So I packed very light, and that included not packing a lock. But I knew, for the most part, the friends' houses I was going to be staying at, there was going to be a carport or a garage. There was going to be someplace relatively safe. I could park the bike and leave it, and it was going to be fine. I would just visit a friend for a day or two, hop on the bike the next day, do another 400 miles or something like that. Except for when I got up into Pennsylvania, specifically when I got to Philadelphia, right? So I was staying with a close friend there. I was going to be staying there about a week, and she lives in this apartment complex thing there, apartment building, and told me, yeah, we've had a number of motorcycles stolen. So I was like, man, I did not pack a lock at all, right? I was like, what can I do? So I took a Post-it note when I got up there, and I made a note that was very similar to this. Unsafe, do not ride. Sorry, parts are on back order. And I taped this down across the gauges of the bike. Now, I can't say for certain that's why the bike got stolen. You can get into stuff about desirability and which bikes are more stolen than other bikes and things like that. But I will tell you, when I was there was a sports bike parked same as mine, just outside on the sidewalk, off of the walkway of the sidewalk, kind of just against the stairs into the apartment building, and it was a sports bike. It got stolen, and then it was less than a block away, and then there was another one stolen that was probably about 2 blocks away, and mine just sat there for like the entire 4 days or whatever I was up there, with this note on it, and it made it. So, I don't know what that tells us exactly. I'm not making a case for getting a bad lock. I'm not making a case necessarily for poor security or anything like that. Obviously, stuff gets stolen even when it's locked up. But sometimes a little bit can go a long way. And I like to think my little Post-it note preserved the bike. On a side note, the bike held up great, actually. I ran out of friends and made it, and came back, and nothing else went wrong with it. So yeah, that was awesome. I was really expecting it to kind of fall apart on me and produce a lot of issues on the road, but it didn't. And that's what kept it safe while it was parked places, or at least parked up in Philadelphia. So, sometimes sometimes it's just social engineering, I guess, a little bit more. You can get away with a cheap lock, maybe. I don't know if I would really want to trust my bike to something super cheap, but I say that, and I still haven't purchased a good lock for the bike. So there we go, a little bonus story, I guess, that will not make it into the junk lock stuff, but I think it's funny enough that I've managed to protect the bike with a Post-it note. So, though I guess you could make the argument my bike was just that undesirable that nobody wanted to steal it because it looked like crap. which I know is also a tactic of a couple people I know with their car. They just keep it super trashed on the inside, and people have no doubt looked in and gone, it's garbage. It's not worth it. You don't wash your car or whatever. Even here on the street, like 8 years ago, we had this rash of break-ins, but you could see who they were targeting. It was everybody that had nicely manicured yards and no kind of storm door, so you could just get access straight to the front door and kick it in. That's who they were targeting. All the yards that were like more mud than grass, like ours, weren't getting affected at all. So, funny little note there. Thought I'd share it. Have a good one.